and welcome to episode 69 of the Breaking Yarn podcast. My name is Michaeli. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and this is my podcast where I talk all about my knitting, my crocheting, and my yarn dyeing. You can find me online at breakingyarn.com or anywhere on social media at Breaking Yarn. Today I have 2 finished objects, 3 whips. I have some prizes for the summer sailor stitch along that I'll talk about, and a new date for my yarning demonstration. So let's just jump right into it. Oops, this got a little disheveled from kids that I made this for. Let me see. Let me just fix this real quick here. My first finished object is this adorable little Montesori color sorting toy. This is something that I crocheted for my son, and they have little balls, so you crochet 7 different balls and these little like cups for them to sit in, and then I sewed them all together. That way he can learn his colors and how to sort them. This is a pattern by Lexi Warren of the Crochet River. This is actually a free crochet pattern on Ravelry. Well, if you go to Ravelry for it, which I'll link down in the description box for this project, then you can go to the pattern which is on her blog. But it's very simple crochet project. And yeah, I love how it turned out. It was very fun to just keep crocheting another ball and another little basket, and then to put them all together was so sweet. So I made this for my son, and I used the little animation packs from Knit Picks in the primary colors, but only 7 of them. The animation packs from Knit Picks had these little 25-gram mini skeins in DK weight, and I used the colors black, white, bumblebee, that's the yellow, clementine, jade, and fiesta, which is the red, and blue. And I will also link that down below so you can check out the animation packs from Knit Picks in case you are interested in making your own. That was the perfect little project for that. And I still have a lot left. I have not weighed these, but after making, I almost said knitting the ball. After crocheting the ball and the cup, I still had quite a bit left over in those little 25-gram minis. I showed them on my episode last time, so that would have been episode 68, that I also got the flora and fauna colors and the oceanscape colors. And I thought these would just be good to have around, but also I might end up making more little crocheted or like a amigurumi type things, so we'll just have to see. So that was my first finished object. My second finished object is the Golden Hour tank. This is the tank top by Nicole Enzinger, and I knit this for my daughter. I did the size 6/8, and look how cute those like tie up at the shoulders. It is so sweet. I knit the size 6/8, and it only used 1 skein. I actually have some left over, which is great. I used the woolen women's fibers in the colorway Unicorn, and I haven't weighed this, but I imagine it's a little less than 20 grams left, which is great. So I got an entire tank top out of 1 skein of yarn, which is fabulous. It's fingering weight. I already finished the whole thing. I blocked it. I wove in all the ends Like literally it's finished. The only thing left to do is to put it on my sweet girl and take pictures of her wearing it. Let me just tie that up so that you can see. Look how cute that is. Isn't that so sweet? I just love this. So yeah, oh, I don't know if I mentioned, this is the Golden Hour tank by Nicole Enzinger of Prof Pearl on Instagram. So that was the perfect little project for one skein of yarn and perfect for summer. I'm glad I was able to get it done in time. It's still warm, it's still July, so there's still a lot of months left for my daughter to wear this, and hopefully it'll fit her next year too, since I did the 6/8. Hopefully it'll still fit her next year when it's warm. Okay, so now I have a few whips, so let's just jump into them. I think you've seen all of them except for one is a brand new whip, but let's start with an older whip. I played some project bag musical chairs, musical bags. I don't know how you would say that. But I swapped out a lot of my projects into different project bags. I was using the unicorn bag, this one. I was using the unicorn bag from RobinznestKnits on a different project, and when I was making the tank top for my daughter, she had asked that I switch the project that I was working on for her into this bag. And then, so I had to kind of switch some things around. So I'll just explain which projects are in which bags now. This is a bag by Yellow Petal, hold on, Handmade. Yellow Petal Handmade. I believe they are in Canada, but it's a cute black and white face print with a black bottom. It has a zipper and just a white inside. But it is holding my Saul Goodman sock. I'm still working on the first sock, finishing up that tank top, and the Montesori toy kind of took precedent, I guess, over this project. But I had a goal to just get past the gusset. So since last episode, because I believe last episode I was just on the leg still, I finished the heel flap, which is a half linen stitch heel flap. I have a full tutorial here on YouTube that goes along with this pattern, but you can watch it even if you didn't buy the pattern, just on how to do this heel. It is a little more tricky. It's a very, very dense fabric. And so you kind of have to knit a lot of rows to get the same length that you would on a normal sock or like a normal slip stitch heel. But I think the results, especially in this yarn, are worth it because I just love the fabric that it creates. It's so pretty. And yeah, I love the micro striping on that tight woven fabric. I think it looks really nice. And I finished the heel turn and I finished knitting on the gusset. So now I am on the foot as well. I am knitting this just to have as a sample. I have a sample of my Saul Goodman socks, obviously, that I knit when I first came out with this pattern. But my sample is currently at a yarn store on the west side called Mariposa Yarns. And so I wanted to have one so that I could make videos and different things featuring my patterns. But I am using the Saul Goodman colorway. I think I mentioned it in a previous podcast that this particular skein was not ideal for selling. It had a few flaws in it, but it's been perfect for knitting up a sample, and I don't really mind having to work around a few extra ends because I had some weird spots that kind of cooked a little longer or something than they needed to, and it kind of made it a little crispy. So I just kind of moved on. So I have a few extra ends to weave in but I think it'll be fine. It's fine for my purposes, at least. I wasn't trying to sell that skein, and I didn't want to just throw it away. So that's my first whip. My second whip is now in this pineapple bag by Fate's Threads, and it is growing. This is my Shine Bright shawl. This is a make along that is happening right now. The pattern is actually free at the moment. It's called Shine Bright Shawl by Jem Arrowsmith. And it's a one skein shawl pattern. So it kind of is like this asymmetrical shawl pattern. And I actually marked where I was last episode, which was here. So I've done 1, 2, like almost 3 more of the diamond shapes, which is great. I think I'm on section 8 of the pattern, and there are 12 or 13 sections. So I'm actually getting pretty far along. Obviously, the further along you get in the rows, because you're adding stitches, it gets longer and longer to knit. But I'm enjoying how this is turning out. I am using a brand new colorway for my shop called Vamonos Past. It has not been released yet, but I am knitting this as kind of a sample on how this will look once it's all knit up, because the skein is half yellow, half green. And so obviously it has a lot of pooling and some micro striping, and there's a lot of pooling happening right here in this section with the yellows and the greens coming together there. So I think it's really fun to see pooling happen in a project, and it just depends on the width and your gauge and your tension, and why does that happen, you know? It's like how many stitches there are. But I think for a project like this, the pooling is desired. I like it a lot, at least. And I can't wait to see it once it's all like blocked out and finished too, so that you can really see the lace sections show up. But again, this is the Shine Bright shawl, and she's under the Olive Tree Knits on Instagram. And yeah, I'm super excited. I probably have this on a cable that is too small to really show off. I might have to just break down and purchase some more longer cables. I don't have any, or I don't know where all of them are. Like, I think I have one project that is Z's on Ravelry, or I think it's a shawl, and it might have a larger cable with it. So maybe I need to just buy some more, or I need to frog that project. I guess we'll see. But yeah, so that is whip number 2. My third and final whip that I am sharing today is in a brand new bag I just got from SlipSlipSis over on Etsy. I'll link this down below. But I thought this was super cute for summer. Maybe the summer sailor stitch along 2025. I thought it was super cute, and I had to have one for myself. I'll talk about that in a minute. But this is holding a new whip that you have not seen yet. You saw the yarn last episode. It's knitted with in the Gila Cliff Dwellings National Monument. And I am knitting another hat for sailors. This is going to be the classic ribbed hat. This is a free pattern by Pearl Soho. It's a DK weight, so I'm holding it double, from pulling from the outside of the skein and the inside of the skein at the same time. It went well last time, so I'm hoping it goes well again for this skein. So I'm pulling from both the inner and the outer. And this one was a little bit more yardage than my last hat. So I'm hoping that I don't have to play yarn chicken on this one, but we will see. I'm using my Chow red lace in numbers US 4 for these. And I just found this in my stash, a little green gummy bear that I just put on a normal stitch marker because it was missing its findings. So I just put that on there as my beginning of round marker. So that is my whip, my classic ribbed hat pattern from Pearl Soho. That is for the Summer Sailor Stitch Along 2025, which is a make along I am doing over on Instagram. You can use that hashtag to knit or crochet a hat for a sailor. The only requirement is that it needs to be superwash wool, and it can be crocheted or knit, any color, any pattern. And if you use that hashtag, you will be entered to win prizes. At the end, also, please mail your hats to me so that I can get them. I want to get a big group photo of all of the hats that we've collected through that initiative, and then we will pass them along to the Hats for Sailors so that they can actually get to a US Navy sailor or a US Coast Guard sailor. So that brings me into some prizes for the Summer Sailor Stitch Along 2025. You might have seen one of them already, but I actually purchased a few bags from SlipSlipSis, her shop on Etsy. This one is popsicles, red, white, and blue, which I felt was very fitting for the Summer Sailor Stitch Along. It's summery, but also it's very American with the red, white, and the blue colors. So I have a large in that pattern. And then this one, Sailor Gnomes. How cute is that? There's little sailors, message in a bottle, the little gnomes. They're like wearing sailor hats and driving a boat, and there's anchors, water bubbles, like it's so cute. This is a drawstring bag. Gabs makes these. But yeah, it's from SlipSlipSis, and I got a large size, so I think I'm taking a note from Leah Loves to Knit and her make-alongs and how she kind of does her prize packages. And I thought it would be fun to do a project bag and give away some yarn that matches. I was thinking, I don't know if I have them. I might do mini skeins. Woo, I'm avalanching here. I was running out of space, and I don't know if you can see this, but I was running out of space in my little shelf there. Stay. Let's see. And I don't have a red mini skein. I need to dye some up. But I was thinking it would be cute to include a Crystal Meth mini skein, a Lily of the Valley mini skein, and then a Bleeding Out in a mini skein. I don't have that for reference, but this is the color because those are very like American 4th of July type colors from my shop. And I would include those with each bag. I thought those would be super cute. And I also have a couple other prizes. You will be also getting in this prize package with the bag, the yarn, and you'll be getting a stitch marker. I will leave this one up to surprise for another episode. I don't have it with me and I don't know what it looks like. So I am working on collecting those. And then which is from Savannah of MaughansterKnits. So if you want to go follow her on Instagram, to show her some love for donating some stitch markers to go along with these prizes. And then also you can get a pattern of your choice from, oh my gosh, Woolen Honey Fibers, I think. I should have looked that up. I think it's Wool and Honey Fibers. I'm just going off of memory because I did not write this down, apparently. Which is not good. But I think it's Wool and Honey Fibers. on Ravelry. She has a lot of different patterns, and you will get to choose a pattern of your choice along with that prize package. So there will be 2 of those, 2 prize packages, and then I will also give away a $50 gift card to my shop, breakingyarn.com, for the winner. I have a little bit of news. I was supposed to be at Yarning this past Wednesday, but I ended up getting very sick, and I'm actually on antibiotics for strep throat. So yay, fun times. But I was not able to make that appearance at Stitch Night. I know I had talked about it on my previous podcast, but we have a new date for you. It is now August 6th from 5 to 8 p.m. at Yarning in Nob Hill. So I will be at Stitch Night. I will be talking about kind of just sharing my breaking yarn story, kind of how I got started with dyeing yarn, and also I will be doing a live dyeing demonstration for breaking violet. So if you're curious how I break colors in the dye pot, like this one, this is breaking violet. If you are curious about how I dye this up, be sure to come to Yarning on August 6th from 5 to 8 and I will show you. If you like my channel and you want to see more videos like this or get notified every time I put out a new video so you don't miss it, please consider subscribing to my channel and turning on the notification bell. I think that's it for episode 69 of the Breaking Yarn podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a blessed day, a blessed week, and we'll see you next time.